All right. So this is going to be, I'm going to show you a couple of different methods on how to increase your tame time, because you need to, when you tame something, it's only going to stay loyal to you for a certain amount of time. And to increase the tame time, you need to feed it different types of foods and potions. And there's no one thing to give it. I mean, there's multiple different ways to approach it. It's not difficult at all to hold on to a tame for a long time. And the idea behind this is the more you feed your creature specific things that it may like, the longer it's going to stay loyal to you as a tame. So what I typically like to do, the first method, which is, it's a quick way just to get some hours on your tame, go to any of the starting zones where these bubbles are. And if you've played the game, you know that there's boars everywhere. Kill boars. Just go to any starting zone, kill some boars, and if you're struggling like I am apparently, just hop off your tame and put it on aggressive. Aggressive follow. And aggressive follow. Grab these, grab the loot. Boar meat. Boar meat. Boar meat. Let's take a look at boar meat. So for out of the raw meats, boar meat is surprisingly really good for, as of right now it is, for increasing your tame time. And the reason that, look at all these, like, this is what happens in this area. It's crazy. And so the reason I say for now is maybe they might change it just because how easy boars are to kill. But you get 90 minutes per piece of meat. So you just saw all these boars I killed. You don't need to be high level. You don't even need a tame. You can come on a broom. Just have this blizzard spell, which is frozen essence to AoE. And you can just murder these things and take their delicious meat and hide, because we all know hide in this game is a ridiculous resource to have to gather. Because a saddle takes 20 or 20 leather, takes 2 hide, or no, 1 to 1, 1 hide for 1 leather, but still. And you don't get saddles back when your tame dies. Anyway, we've got 20 boar meat. It looks like a couple of horse meat dropped out of some boars. Milk too. Milk is good too. 60 minutes. So right now, let's take a look at this phoenix. It's got 12 hours on it because I just tamed it. And so I'm going to put all this, what I'm going to do, instead of putting the meat in, I'm going to deposit all and then retrieve all. It'll eat all the meat or other food. Retrieve all. It ate any food that it could. And now let's look at the tame time. Tame time went up to 52 hours, so that's a little over 2 days now, just from basically flying and killing these boars. Now you could stay here, or if you want to spice it up a little bit, teleport to another safe zone and kill some more boars. Actually, let's get closer to the safe zone. There's the entrance, and we got boars. Are you still on aggressive? Why are you not killing this? It's like the AI when something's tamed, and again, whenever I critique things like this, I'm not knocking the developers, because I think that they made a really fun game. But it's like when something's wild, like if that phoenix was wild, it would just be tearing me a new one, right? But since it's tamed and it's on aggressive, it's just like willy-nilly decides it'll, like, look, nope. Yeah, it just decides when it's gonna aggro something, like when it gets right up on it. And that's just me complaining. It's not a knock against the developers. And if you have, you know, things like that in the game, just give them feedback so that they can fix it. They want to make this game better. It's already, in my opinion, a really fun game. But this is, to them, this is a passion project. It's not Call of Duty where, you know, 100 people across, you know, several studios are developing a game because they're trying to meet a deadline. Oh, my Phoenix. Okay, so Phoenix actually killed that. You know, they're not just trying to meet a deadline and basically not putting any sort of effort into making something creative. This is a passion project. And this is a completely unique game in the survival genre. You're a wizard. I mean, the key focus on this game is the spell crafting, which is amazing. And the fact that they have a very unique tame system, which I love, the loyalty tame system, and you have to use a spell to tame things, which is really cool as well. Unique tame system, crafting, building, and it's got dungeons and caves and mini bosses and big bosses and world bosses, and so it's got all these different aspects of an RPG, but it's an open world sandbox that you can build in. Anyway, I digress. So we got more meat. This is one method. Next method that I'm going to show you is basically if you have a dragon, you don't need a phoenix to do this, but it's easier if you have a dragon. Put it on follow aggressive and just hit all these camps in the starting area. Boom, boom, boom. You'll be surprised the loot that you get out of these camps, and a lot of times you'll get like loaves of bread or other food items that you can just put in your tame. Because once you excuse me, ooh, my throat is a little sore. Once you get to a certain level, I just don't see, like, at least for me, I don't see myself using food items to heal or to get mana. I use potions only. Okay, this is an undead. You can tell by this thing that they're gathered around. And, yeah, just have your thing on follow aggressive. Have some good spells to help you out. AoE spells are good for now. We'll see. No nerfs in the upcoming patch, by the way, for AoE spells. Just buffs to specific spells. Anyway, they're all dead. Loot the corpses. Oh, okay. There's a chest here. Loot the chest. Chests in this game are hit or miss, but when they're hit, there's some really exciting things you can get sometimes out of these chests. But look at this, bread. This adds 140 minutes. That's over 2 hours, so 2 bread. That's close to 3 hours of tame loyalty just from this one chest. So, and steamed vegetables. So then just hit the next one, put a way marker. It's 200 meters. Gonna hop on my tame, fly there. As soon as I get there, hop off, start murdering, and then just hop around, boom, boom, boom. But if you spend, let's say, 30 minutes doing this in the starting area, just stay in the starting area, that way you don't have a challenge killing things. You can get a tame or multiple tames over 100 hours pretty easily. Now, as far as getting a tame up to, up over 100 hours, I'd say about 100, 100 in teens, which means like 115, 60, whatever, is ideal, just because what you don't want to do is put all these hours on a tame just for it to die, because tames do die in this game pretty easily, and you lose them to some pretty ridiculous things. And so I never recommend putting it up to 300 hours or something like that, just because it's a waste. You can save that, store that extra food for the tame that you tame to replace the one that got killed, or if you get another tame, and you can just slowly trickle them to keep them around 100 hours. Now, if you know that you're only going to be getting on the game every couple of days, someone just hit this, by the way, so that means somebody else is hitting camps in this area. But if you know that your schedule doesn't permit you to get on every day or every other day, then yeah, you may just want to go ahead and bump up your tame time to over 200 hours. I've done it. I've actually maxed tame time before on accident, because I was farming camps in the very north to get a high level experience, and I ran across something that I started farming. I think like it was a huge thing of precious stone. I was like, ooh, let me grab this since I'm here. And okay, so yeah, they're clearing camps, so we need to go the opposite way. And so I was I was like started to farm, and I got heavy real quick because I had been killing all these mobs, and taking their loot, taking treasure chests. So I had a bunch of light loot in my inventory, a bunch of it, and I was trying to gather heavy loot, and so I transferred all into this dragon that I had at the time. And it eats all the food you give it. It went all the way. I maxed out the tame time on that dragon, which is, by the way, dead now. But it was just one of those funny instances. This is okay. So the green light means fairy camp, but somebody already farmed it. So somebody's farming camps, but you get the gist of it. I mean, even just farming 2 camps, I got 3 loaves of bread, 7, and milk is awesome. Milk is super awesome for increasing tame time too, because it's not useful for much else. And just from doing a couple of camps and kind of stopping and somebody farmed that. Wow. Stopping and messing around, I was able to get, you know, those additional food items, which I'm going to put on probably my other tame. Wait, what is this Phoenix up to? 52. I need to get everything over 100 because it's today's Sunday, going back to work Monday, and so I don't want to have to get on and worry about increasing tame time. I just want to get on and grind for the base. But anyway, yeah, if you have more questions about it, ask. If you know a better method, and by what I mean by better is less time consuming, because the boar, you can't beat the boar method. Meaning, you go to one of these starting areas and there's just like 10 boars right outside the gate, and you do a murder fest on them and get a bunch of boar meat. Like, I'm gonna hop off real quick. Look, there's a boar right there. They just start spawning on, as soon as the player comes in, they're not hiding in the woods or anything, they start spawning around you. That's how this game works. And so just walk around. And another thing that I've found is that if you're on foot, things tend to spawn in more than if you're flying. I'm not sure if that's intended or what have you, but typically that's what I find when I'm looking for specific creatures for quests and stuff to kill. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe so that when people search for Citadel, how to do this, or one thing or the other, my videos pop up instead of Fallout 4, which is a great game, but we don't want Fallout 4. We want Citadel Forged with Fire to pop up. So please subscribe. Have your friends subscribe. It helps out. You're not helping me make money because I don't make money off of these videos. There's no advertising. There's no monetization. It's all community content just to help out the Citadel community, but also help the game grow. Player base, you know, bring awareness to it. Maybe somebody will be curious about the game and they're not sure if they want to spend the money, so they'll watch one of my videos and be like, wow, that was really cool, this is something I would like to get. And that just helps us as the players out because the developer will have more money to develop. But until next time, my friends, thank you for watching.